Welcome to Five Fires YouTube. Just wanted to go over some information when it comes down to Universal Studios Hollywood. Spring breaks have started. From what I've heard, they've started in other states surrounding California. So a lot of people have been traveling now to the theme parks. Today we're only going to be talking about Universal Studios Hollywood. And the reason I'm doing this video is to prepare people who are going to Universal Studios Hollywood anytime soon. For Universal Studios Hollywood, the crowds have got crazy. And what I mean by that, just this past weekend, if you didn't get into Super Nintendo World by like 9, 10 at the latest, you probably didn't eat at Toadstool Cafe. You probably didn't get on the ride in a time period of like 1 hour. You probably waited 2 hours, 3 hours, like some crazy time periods. Super Nintendo World is a very in high demand land. Everybody's going there. It's the new hot thing to do at Universal Studios Hollywood. Universal, I don't know how they're going to combat this whole humongous crowd going to the lower lot always and try to keep people on the upper lot. It's a weird mix that's going on, especially too with them losing the two shows with animal actors and special effects just recently. I do want to say, as of Monday, so we already talked about how crazy the crowds were and how you couldn't even eat at Toadstool and stuff like that as of the weekend. This past Monday, so 2 days ago, my buddy Villain went, and Universal Studios Hollywood was sold out on a Monday. The theme park general admission sold out. Crazy. And when I started talking about that with the other couple people, they told me that a lot of days last week sold out. So the Super Nintendo World effect is in full steam ahead. It's bringing the crowds. It's just going to be a busy year for Super Nintendo World, for the lower lot in general. As of right now, this is Wednesday. A rainy day, has not stopped raining. It's about like 2 o'clock right now. It's getting a little bit less sprinkle. Right now on a 2 o'clock Wednesday, Super Nintendo World is 180 minutes. Transformers 100 minutes for Transformers. And Jurassic World, like I've been saying, it's been raining all day, 40 minutes. The crowds are still pretty crazy on the upper lot. Secret Life of Pets 45, Flight of Hippogriff 45, Simpsons 60, Harry Potter 60. So for the most part, everything's about 1 hour, except the lower lot is where things get a little bit more crazy. But just be prepared. The other big thing I wanted to say, now that we're seeing how the crowds are kind of playing out at Universal Studios Hollywood, that early entry, if you're going, please take in consideration this early entry right here. Super Nintendo. Oh my gosh. It's sold out for the rest of the month. The early entry sold out. Okay, so super taking into consideration next month. Let's look at next month. I think the crowds are finally seeing the value of this early entry. Oh my Lanta. So what does April look like? Wow. So early entry is sold out until so we got the 2nd, but 1 and then 3 through 7 of April already sold out. Holy smokes. And very soon we're going to have the California spring breaks coming. So all the kids, high school, everything's going to be out, which means more people visiting the park, which means more busy just from open to close. I wonder if anything is sold out in May. Let's take a look. Okay, nothing in May. So in May, wow, surprisingly 20. When we look at April, I saw a lot of 30. Yeah, $30 is as high as it's going right now. That is a super value. So if you're considering going to Super Nintendo World, definitely consider that early entry next month. This month, sadly, is all gone. But be prepared for these crazy crowds at your next Universal Studios Hollywood trip. Just wanted to get that info out there. Another thing I heard, and this is something new because there was a lot of talk that there was no re-entry. Since Toadstool Cafe is selling out so fast, a lot of people that are getting reservations to eat at the restaurant at 9 or even 10 a.m., they're being told to return at 7, at 8 o'clock, even 9 o'clock if it stays that late, to the restaurant. So when you have these extended lanes to eat at the restaurant, or even like a 5 hour length, they are telling that you could leave the land and re-enter come the time of your restaurant reservation, and you could re-enter. So it's almost like you go in the land twice because of the restaurant. So take that into consideration. All the people buying a power band, do some power band games. Maybe get on the ride if you can. Single rider. Single rider is always a great option for the Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge if it's not too crazy. Sometimes even single rider gets crazy, so take that into consideration. But you can play all the games with power band stuff and collect coins. But even when you return for your return time to the restaurant, I've been told now that it's even so crazy busy that just to get the food is taking about an hour to an hour and a half experience. So even though you're returning to do the restaurant, you could still wait another hour, hour and a half. A lot of people have been saying that there's just a lot of people sitting, not eating. It's just they're impacted. It's very busy. I think this is a very clear sign to Universal. We need more Super Nintendo World. There's no other way to say it. We do have the snack stand that has those drinks outside the land right there by Isla Nubar. But we need more. We need more Super Nintendo World. Hopefully, as the summer comes and just the popularity grows, because just around the corner, Super Mario Bros. Movie is about to debut, and you best believe that's going to have some marketing for Super Nintendo World here at Universal Studios Hollywood. This has been extremely successful, which is a good thing. But I hope this pushes Universal to get on those plans and keep expanding Super Nintendo World, because it's needed, man. And I feel like this is just great. Every time I've walked into Super Nintendo World, it's just so magical. I get taken back to the times I played all these video games, and it really makes you feel like a kid again. It's an amazing land. So I'm glad a lot of people are getting a chance to visit it and experience it. And this video is just to prepare you for these crazy crowds. Bring your patience. Always be kind to all the team members working there. They're there to make your experience the best as possible. And soon enough, we will be back out at Universal Studios Hollywood because I heard the Bowser's Challenge. It's this new like spicy meatball dish has debuted. So I really want to try that. And I want to be out there as well for some Halloween Horror Night updates, as we're hearing a lot of changes happening with the facade and stuff going on over there at Curious George. So stay tuned. We'll be covering all that because it's very exciting to start talking Halloween here on Five Fires YouTube. If you're not already subscribed, we cover Universal Studios Hollywood, Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm with their Boysenberry Festival kicking off. So please subscribe. Thank you for your time. We're firing it down.